Hello everyone, this is Cody from the Rancor's Brothel. Are you looking for dice and other gaming accessories for your group? If so, check out our friends over at fanroll.com, where you can find unique dice and premium quality accessories for your table. And if you're looking for something really special, they do customization as well. Fans of the Rancor's Brothel can save 10% by using the promo code RB10 at checkout. That's R as in Rancors, B as in Brothel, 10. Not only can you get yourself some great dice at a discount, but you can support this podcast as well. So check out fanroll.com today and use promo code RB10 at checkout. Tell them the Rancor's Brothel sent you.
We live in a world where the sun has set. The Rancor's Brothel presents Where Our Divinity is Lost. The Driver. Where death is only the beginning. A heavily improv scenario for KULT, Divinity Lost.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be playing a different game today. This is KULT Divinity Lost. This is a dark horror game. So if this isn't your thing, no big deal. Feel free to move on and listen to any of our other shows. You can always hit our archives up at rancorsbrothel.com. I'm here with Tyler, different Tyler, and we're playing a game called The Driver. Tyler, welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well. It's early. We have tickets to an amazing show this evening.
I'm excited for that.
So we're just going to chillax this morning and do something a little fun. Can you introduce your character by name?
Yes, I am playing Priest Jeremiah Jones.
Jeremiah Jones, the priest.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Jeremiah?
Jeremiah is 38.
Okay. 38.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And have you been a priest your entire life, or did you enter the priesthood later in life?
I would say he's been doing it for about 10 years now. He's seasoned, but he's not,
Was not his first choice?
No.
Okay.
But he is well seasoned in the work.
For people at home, this is a very improv-heavy game, this particular scenario. So if things kind of go off the rails, we apologize. But it's all for fun.
I do not apologize.
That's also fair. Jeremiah, you're fleeing through the Nevada desert at night in an old Dodge muscle car. The AC is broken. It is hot, and the wind is rushing through the windows. The fuel gauge is on empty, and you expect the engine to fail any minute now. You're fleeing from a heist gone wrong. Some cop died, and your partner, Glover, is lying unconscious in the back seat with an untreated gunshot to the gut. What did you steal?
We robbed a jewelry store. They had been bragging for the past month of this new gym that they had gotten into the store. They have been broadcasting it all over the media that they had this beautiful new gym. It's they've had it flown in from the United Kingdom. It's supposed to be certain carats, really nice. And we decided that we wanted it, even though I'm a priest.
What prompted you as a priest to do this?
Well, it's a very precious gem. That's very important.
Yes. Not the only precious thing you carry on yourself.
No, it is not.
You also carry an antique Holy Bible.
I do.
That was passed down from generation to generation through your family.
Yes, sir.
Decades of handwritten notes are in the margins.
Mm-hmm.
Highlighted verses, scribbled out verses, torn out pages, and a bookmark marking the Book of Enoch. Not a book typically found in a Bible. So for the people at home, the Book of Enoch is described as a religious text where Enoch is the great-grandfather of Noah. The Book of Enoch contains sort of unique material on the origins of demons and Nephilim, why some of the angels may have fallen from heaven, an explanation of why the Genesis flood was morally necessary, and a prophetic exposition of the 1,000-year reign of the Messiah. It appears as though like fragments of it might have been found within the Dead Sea Scrolls even. Yeah. It's an ancient Hebrew text, basically that was disassociated from the Bible due to its material.
Yeah. There's also sort of books like that.
As a synopsis, it's basically it's kind of a book that describes the angels as well as a description of heaven through basically a guided tour.
Interesting.
So the fact that you own a Bible
with the
Book of Enoch in it,
yes,
is bizarre.
Bizarre, very bizarre.
Should not exist.
No, but I've got it, and it's special,
and it's bookmarked, and that bookmark is very old.
So it's not one of those ones you used to get from the Scholastic when they'd come into the schools.
It's like an old ribbon bookmark, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's frayed. It's falling apart. The Bible itself is not held together well.
It's been well used.
Yeah. So you are in what they call a Dodge muscle car.
A Dodge muscle car.
Because copyright, I'm sure. They use the word Dodge.
They can use Dodge.
Your partner Glover is unconscious and bleeding out in your back seat.
That's unfortunate.
Where are you keeping the gem? Is it on you? Is it in a glove box?
It's in the glove box.
Okay, glove box.
We stashed it in the glove box just in case.
How big is it? Just like a palm size piece?
Oh, yeah. Fit in your palm.
Not something small enough to be on a ring or something.
Though. No, it's... But you could grab it and hold it in your hand.
You also have tucked, either maybe even in your hand, you have a 45 pistol with about half of a magazine left. In your case, this is a revolver, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So you have about 3 bullets.
I have 3 rounds, yes.
And those bullets are actually custom. What's custom about them?
They have crosses carved into the tips of the rounds, and they have all been dipped in holy water.
You see up ahead, as dark as it is, the facade of what appears to be a hotel with a vacancy sign that is almost completely burnt out. The majority of the lights on the interior are out. The one street lamp that stands above the small parking lot appears to be very dim and flickers as well. And your engine sputters and putters, and the car stops.
How far am I away from the motel or hotel?
A couple hundred yards.
Couple hundred yards. Quick question. How long have I been an associate of Glover? Is he somebody new to this? Is he somebody I brought on just for this heist?
Glover was the individual who brought you in.
Okay.
You caught wind of it through Glover, and rather than killing you on the spot, convinced you to help him in the heist.
Okay, but I don't have any sort of emotional ties to this gentleman, other than he helped me steal this gem.
And other than the fact that he's a human being and you're a priest, no.
Okay, well, that's sort of important, yes. But, I've also got other things going on right now. It's a very, difficult situation. So he is passed out in the back of the seat. We pull up to is it a hotel or a motel?
Well, you're about 200 yards from the hotel.
So about 200 yards, and he's bleeding out in the back seat.
Correct.
Car's dead. I'm going to check Glover's pulse.
Okay. Roll me act under pressure.
Our first roll. I got a 5 plus 1, so 6.
You can't seem to figure out. You're shaking.
Okay.
You either don't feel a pulse or you can't figure out where to put your finger to find it.
Okay. Probably cold to touch, clammy, not doing good. Is he breathing?
See, this
I'm
is
just trying to see how trying to figure out if Glover's worth saving right now.
He is.
He is breathing.
Very lightly.
I'm going to be sort of cold-hearted. I'm going to give Glover his last rites, and then I'm going to start walking towards the hotel.
Okay. Do you carry your last rites kit in your car?
Yeah, everything should be there.
You do this thing.
I do the thing.
You do it rather quickly.
Yeah.
And you leave a not yet dead but dying man in your car.
I do.
Where do you go?
I take my Bible, my gun, the gym. Is there anything else of value in the car?
Is there something specific you're looking for?
Is there money? Is there anything? I mean, I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything.
I would say you probably have some cash in your wallet
Okay.
at least.
Okay, so I got money, got everything like that. And I take the car keys with me.
Okay.
Okay. And I head out towards the hotel.
Okay. It's windy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Not unlike it is here actually in real life. It's nighttime in the desert, but it feels hot.
Mm.
It feels unbearably hot. Mm. And you're sweating. I presume you're wearing the traditional black pants, black shirt with the priest collar.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, you even kind of pull the collar out and unbutton a button, just tuck it in your pocket. You're just trying to get a little extra air.
Yeah. Not sweat myself to death.
You find the front door of the hotel.
Okay.
You realize that there are 2 other cars in the parking lot. And the only light you see inside is what's basically what we'll call it a lobby.
Okay. I am going to, before I go in the hotel, I'm going to look around. Is there anybody in the parking lot?
You see no one right now.
Nobody. I want to check one of the cars. I'm going to check both cars and see if the keys are in the cars.
Roll me investigate. Which
No,
it's plus reason, plus minus reason.
Reason. So I got a 9.
Okay, so in this game, a 9 or below is a failure still.
Yuck.
You do not find keys.
I do not find keys.
In fact, both cars are probably locked. You just couldn't get in them.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will head into the hotel lobby and see if there's anybody at the desk.
When you enter, a little chime goes off when you enter the door. Not a digital chime, an actual bell hanging above. This appears to be an older hotel. And out walks sort of a hunched old woman. Rubbing her eyes. It's late or possibly early, depending on how you perceive time. Probably after midnight.
Good evening, ma'am.
What can I do for you?
Do you happen to have any rooms available?
We have many rooms available.
Good deal. What's your going rate?
50 for the night.
50 for the night. Well, how close are we towards to a city or anywhere?
Miles and miles and miles. You're basically in a hotel in the middle of nowhere.
Sort of strange you got a hotel here just out in the middle of nowhere.
Everyone needs a rest stop.
This is true. This is very true. I need one pretty bad, so...
Yes. You appear to be very flustered, sir. Are you quite all right?
It's been quite a long day. Just going through so much today. You wouldn't even believe it. I would like to... I check my wallet. How much money do I have in my wallet?
We'll say you have $100 in cash.
Okay.
So you got enough for at least
I got enough for a room. Okay. Then I will pay for a room.
Okay.
And
she takes the 50 and kind of checks it in the light, makes sure it's real. Printed
it this morning. I bet you've never heard that joke before.
She just kind of, she opens up the cash register, puts the 50 in. She spins around and she reaches towards a wall where you see keys hanging. Mm-hmm. Not digital keys, actual keys.
Yeah.
And she starts at 1 and continues pointing and goes back and continues pointing again and grabs the key for room number 13.
Ooh, lucky number.
And hands it to you.
That's my favorite number.
Yes. quite a good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Quite good luck.
Yes. Do you guys have a kitchen or anything? Do you have breakfast or?
Unfortunately not.
Not.
We have a small lobby here if you need to rest, but that is what your room is for.
Okay. You don't have a vending machine or anything?
Ice machines and vending machines are outside.
Okay. Then I will go out to the vending machine. I will get me a candy bar.
Okay.
And then I will head to my room.
Okay. When you come back in, the old woman is still standing there. And she just sort of regards you with a wry grin.
I nod my head and head towards my room.
She pulls out a cigarette and strikes a match. And when she strikes that match, you shudder. Roll me to keep it together.
So I got 10 plus what?
Plus willpower.
Ooh, willpower. Then that is... Oh, I've got 12.
Okay. So that's within the range of success. However, it's not a pure success in this game is a 15, right? And then 10 to 14, you succeed, but meh.
Not quite good.
You're able to keep it together. But the flash of the flame reminds you of the fire that took your family.
Oh.
And the fact that your biggest regret was that you accidentally started it. This is your repressed memory.
So do I know that I'm the one that started it?
At the time, you were not aware, but after a little while of investigation, you figured out that it was a candle you had accidentally left lit, had fallen asleep after a bender, knocked over and set the house aflame.
Killing my entire family.
The firefighters were able to get to you because you were on the main floor. But the upstairs was fully engulfed by the time they were there.
That's not good. I hate to hear that. So I'm a little bit out of it after seeing this.
Yes.
So I will make my way to my hotel room, trying to compose myself.
I need you to tick off one stability.
Ooh.
And you become sad for a little while.
So I'm uneasy.
Right. Stability in this game is basically sanity.
Okay.
If you read down through what each one does, it kind of gives you negatives to things. You just kind of slowly lose your mind a little.
So like in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a little check mark every time that I start to lose it a little bit, and I just check it off.
So you go to room 13.
Room 13. Looks like home. I put the key in the door, unlock it, and open the door.
Okay.
That works. That looks just like, well, except for the kitchen part, but yeah.
Yeah, ideally there's not a kitchen in there, but you do have, you have facilities and a bed and a little table to sit at. So, that's your room.
Okay.
It's not super clean. Smells of stale cigarettes. There's stains on the walls. There's still like some trash in the little trash can, little receipts and perhaps an empty Marlboro pack. There are some stains and cigarette burns on the sheets. The curtains are...
What you're saying is I shouldn't take a black light into this room?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. There are a couple of holes that look like the curtains have been moth-eaten, frayed, also sun-dried, and or sun-bleached, I should say. And a noisy little register trying to push out cold air that is sort of room temperature.
Okay. So I will go to the kitchen, not the kitchen, the bathroom.
Sure.
I'll undo a few buttons on my shirt. I'm going to turn the sink on and try to clean myself up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's simple enough. The water is a lot colder than the air in the room, so that's a bit of a relief for the heat. What you didn't realize until just now, looking in the mirror, is the light blood spatter on your chin. Probably from the police officer that was shot.
I had told him specifically I didn't want anybody hurt. He shot the police officer, ended up getting wounded in as well. So that's one of the reasons I left him behind. I was angry that he broke the rule.
In fairness, the gunshot was out of... it was reactionary. It was not intent to kill. It was never intent for anyone to be harmed. It simply should have been a break-in, break-out job.
Yeah. Okay.
And things went awry.
As they often do.
So you not only do you wipe the blood off of your face, you also probably wipe a little bit of Glover's blood off of your hands. The scent of copper catches your nostrils for a moment. It's been a day.
I'd say so.
What do you do for now?
I will lay down on the bed. Is there a TV in the room?
Yes. A very small, old tube TV.
Okay. I will turn the TV on, and I will get into the bed. I will not get into the sheets.
Okay.
I don't trust the sheets.
Okay.
So
Fair.
So I will lie on top of the sheets. And it's hot enough. I don't think I need to worry about a blanket. So I will lie on top of the sheets, trying to relax and going to sleep.
You sort of begin to fade, and you hear footsteps in the hall. Loud footsteps.
Does my door have a peephole?
Yes.
Then I will walk to the door, and I will look through the peephole.
As you stand there, I need you to roll me act under pressure to see if you can stay quiet.
There we go.
Act under pressure is plus minus coolness.
Ooh, I got 15, baby.
All right,
I got
you stay.
15.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to succeed in this game. So you stay as quiet as a mouse.
Awesome.
As you peep through this hole, and those footsteps kind of get louder and louder and louder, and they sound almost pounding. They don't sound
big thumps.
Yeah, it sounds like whoever this person is a very large individual. You don't see a person, but you kind of get a glimpse of almost a shadow. It just sort of walks right by your hotel room, and they begin to fade away further down the hall.
I decide to ignore this. It's been a long day. That's way above me needing to worry about right now. Okay. I lay back down on the bed. This time I'm holding the gem, that we took.
Sure.
I'm rubbing it, looking at it, thinking about what's gone on today, what we did to acquire this gem, and I start to drift off again.
I need you to find that card for your nightmare.
I've got it.
What is that roll? What do you roll against for that? I forget.
Do you want me to read the entire card so that the audience will know?
Yeah, go ahead and read for the. You don't have to read like the bottom part,
top part.
But yeah, just the description of what your nightmare does.
Nightmares. You suffer from recurring nightmares, probably connected to your dark secret. During any scene when you sleep, roll +0. So,
roll against what? Does it say?
It just says 15 plus you sleep in peace, 10 to 14 the nightmares torment you, and that you may make a move for your nightmares. For example, you are unable to sleep, yada yada yada, different things like that.
You're just rolling straight.
I'm rolling straight.
You're not adding minus anything?
No.
Okay.
+0.
Interesting.
We probably should have done this the first time I fell asleep.
Roll high.
Roll high. Roll high. Huh? I got an 8. So that means, I got under the 9. So yeah, we're in trouble.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
You drift off to sleep, as per the usual, knowing the nightmare to come because you have this almost nightly.
Yeah.
You hear screams. You hear begging. You smell smoke. You feel heat all around you. And then you hear laughter. This is a new turn. This is different. This has never happened before. And it's a deep, dark laughter. And you open your eyes, and you are in your family home. You are lying on the sofa, and you are surrounded by flame.
No.
You hear the screams and the begging coming from the upstairs bedroom and the heat of the fire on your skin. What do you do?
I begin screaming, yelling for help. I look, and you said I'm surrounded in flame, right? There's no...
Essentially, yeah. The house is on fire.
Do I have a blanket or anything with me?
Yeah.
Okay. How close am I to the door?
I would say 10 to 12 feet.
Now, this may be metagaming, because the nightmare scenario says anything that happens to me directly affects my sleeping body.
Yes.
In the middle of all this. So I'm trying to think the best way to handle this situation while being surrounded by flame.
Sure.
So I will scream for help. Do I have anything else around me? But I'm on the couch. There's a table. I would assume there's probably like a table next to the couch.
Yeah, it's a coffee table, and on it are mostly ashes of some sort of probably newspaper and a candle laying on top of it.
Okay.
A tipped over candle.
Okay. Is there any fire around the candle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I couldn't like grab it without burning myself?
Probably not.
Okay. Is there anything heavy around me that I can get a hold of? Like a lamp or...
Yeah, there's probably a lamp next to you.
Okay. I grabbed the lamp next to me, and where's the closest window to me?
The closest window to you is a sliding door.
Okay. I'm going to pick up the lamp, and I'm going to throw it as hard as I can at that sliding glass door.
I need you to roll to act under pressure.
Because to me, I don't really realize that this is a dream, right? Or do I understand that I'm in a dream? Or do I feel like this is real?
You're unsure.
Okay. Wow. I
Plus minus coolness.
stink today. I rolled a 5.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I got a 6.
You throw the lamp and it hits the wall and breaks. You missed the window entirely. Some of the glass from the bulb pops back up and slices your arm a little. You won't take damage, but you are bleeding a little bit. Okay. It burns, stings. Mm-hmm. It's not an LED bulb.
Okay, then I will... Man, this is difficult.
The smoke is getting very thick and heavy.
Thick and heavy. I am going to wrap myself in the blanket, and I'm going to run towards the glass door.
I see where you're going. Yeah, go ahead and roll to act under pressure again.
Let's hope that I actually roll decent this time, because I can imagine this could just go badly. Come on. Okay, I got 11, and this is coolness.
Yes.
I got 12.
Okay. Go ahead and also roll to avoid harm, which is plus reflexes.
Okay, I get a +1 on that, and I rolled a 5.
All right.
I am not rolling worth a crap tonight, or today, this afternoon.
You burst through the window, but you didn't quite get the blanket around you enough.
Okay.
And you come out with pretty heavy slices on your arm. Go ahead and tick 1 wound. Ugh. You're doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You just... It's such
It doesn't go as well as I hope it does.
Yeah, it's such an impulse decision that you just didn't really take enough time to prepare for it, and you don't really have a lot of time.
There's a fire going on around me, and I'm hearing the screams of my dying family.
Go ahead also and roll for me again to keep it together. As you hear the screams.
I'm going to roll like a 00. If I roll a 00, do I just automatically die?
Well, that'd be 2 10s, so.
Oh, yeah, 0's a 10, isn't it?
0's a 10.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I got a 10. Plus, what is this?
Keep it together is plus willpower.
Willpower. I have 12.
Go ahead and lose 1 more stability.
Goodness gracious.
This game is not meant to...
It is not forgiving at all.
And you begin to feel guilt-ridden. And you hear sirens.
At this point, with everything that's happened, I'm probably just lying in the grass next to the home. Just laying there, waiting on somebody, or something.
You hear sirens.
Okay.
And you gasp and wake up on your hotel room floor.
Oh, God.
There's a broken lamp in the room.
Of course there is.
Your arm has been gashed open, and you hear sirens in the distance.
Oh. They're probably checking out that car. It's been left.
Well, you were running from the police, so.
Oh, this is true. So, what I will do is You're saying this room does not have the kitchen set up.
Yeah, it's not going to be exactly set
Okay,
up like that,
okay.
yeah.
Then what
I would say you might have like a coffee maker. I'll give you a coffee maker.
Give me a coffee maker.
That's it.
What I'm going to do real quick.
No coffee, though.
No coffee.
Just a maker.
That's fine.
Yeah, they don't restock.
Just the coffee maker. I am going to tear part of the bed sheets. Okay. I'm going to wrap. I was going to see if I could disinfect this, but
You're going to try to like make a bandage.
bandage for my wound.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can do that with a stained and cigarette burned bed sheet. That's a good idea. Go ahead.
yeah, great idea, isn't it?
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I think I may hold off on that.
Nope.
Well, you know what? No, I'm going to do it. You know
Yes,
why?
and.
I'm doing it because I'm tough and
I'm good enough.
and I'm good
strong
enough.
And gosh
and
darn it, people like me.
People like me. So I'm going to wrap up my arm in this probably syphilis-infested piece of... I'm going to take that sheet, rip it, and I'm going to cover it up. And then I'm going to get dressed. And how long have I been asleep?
Do you have a smartphone on you?
Okay.
That is probably very low on percentage.
Okay.
You pop it open, you look at it, and you have only been asleep for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. It's about 2:30 in the morning.
Okay. And I'm going to look out the window and see how close the police are.
You don't see lights.
I don't see lights. I just hear sirens.
What sirens?
You said I heard sirens earlier.
There are no sirens.
So I'm losing my mind. That's great. I thought when I woke up from the dream that there were sirens.
You hear no sirens?
I don't hear any sirens anymore. Or there never were sirens. So if there's no sirens, I'm bleeding.
You are bleeding.
I am bleeding.
It's not like it's starting to congeal, but it is, it's not a serious wound, but it's a
still
pretty
not
deep
good.
little cut.
It's a pretty deep cut.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the first desk and ask for a first aid kit.
Okay. So you're gonna go downstairs,
Yes, I am.
or not downstairs? I guess I would. Well,
is it? How many stories is this?
I'm gonna assume
Hotel.
you're only in room 13, so I'm gonna assume you're just down the hall from it.
Yeah.
Because it would not be like ideally level 2 would be like, 23 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Usually in hotels, the rooms start with the number of the lower level floor that you're on. So 13 would probably be a floor level room. You open your door and step out, and down the hall, you get a glimpse of what appears to be a figure kind of turning a corner.
This piques my interest. I'm just going to go have fun with this. I am going to follow this figure.
Are you trying to be stealthy about it? Or
Yeah. I'm gonna be a sneaky boy.
Okay. So stealth in this game is, I believe, still act under pressure. If I'm not mistaken.
So coolness.
Yes.
Okay.
Examples are execute, first aid.
This is how
Stay
cool
hidden.
I am.
Stay hidden would be what you're looking for, so that would be act under pressure.
How cool are you?
I'm pretty fucking cool.
I got 11.
You think you're pretty quiet, but in reality, you hear some change in your pocket. You realize, oh shit!
Is the change going jing-a-ling-a-ling?
Yeah, the change in your pocket is making a little more noise than you thought it was.
Okay. So
you go down, and the corridor sort of turns to the left, where you saw this figure go. And it's not a brightly lit hallway.
Okay.
But there are lights. It's probably some fluorescents. Most of them are burnt out. They just don't replace them. It is what it is. The hum as well in the room. You turn the corner and you see rows and rows of pews, and you see a single person sitting facing the altar at the front of the church, and they're holding a candle and they appear to be praying. I
sit in a pew 2 rows behind them.
Okay. what do you do after that?
I begin to pray.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just trying to find a place of comfort, I would suppose. After what's happened in the day, I've got an open gash on my arm. It's been a pretty crappy day. I mean, it's just not been, it hasn't gone my way.
Right.
So I begin to pray.
Do you pray internally? Do you mutter a little bit when you pray out loud?
I mutter a little bit. Not loud. I don't want to disturb the person.
Sort of under your breath.
Under my breath, yes.
As you're saying this prayer, what are you praying about? What are you praying for?
Peace. Just
general.
Just with everything that's going on, my brain's fried.
Right.
You
just want to feel a sense of peace.
Yes, I want comfort, peace. Just some sort of let me know this is. You know what I mean? I'm just seeking that.
Right. As you are praying, you hear a voice right in your ear, and it's sort of a raspy voice. It's a man's voice, and he says, "It doesn't fucking help, does it?"
I tried to ignore the voice, thinking it may be my inner monologue. You know how you try to. So I keep pressing on.
Sure.
I continue praying.
You pray a little louder, even.
Yes. Yeah.
And you hear the same voice now on your other ear, and he says, "I'm fucking dead. Why do you get to live?"
I don't say this out loud. I think it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't have shot that cop.
You hear a chuckle, and it's a laugh that you recognize as Glover's.
Ooh. Okay.
And you hear in the pew next to you someone sit down.
Okay, I turn to see who it is.
You see Glover. He is dressed in a very nice suit.
You look better than the last time I saw you.
Better than you.
Yeah, but at least I'm still alive.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, you decided to shoot a police officer. We decided whenever we'd get into this that nobody would die.
I had no choice. Guy had a gun on you. I saved your life. I'm the reason you're even alive.
Maybe you shouldn't have saved my life.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have let you eat that bullet. Maybe you'd be sitting here.
Yeah. Maybe we'd be able to switch these spots, I didn't want anybody to die. You made that decision.
You got the gem?
I do.
Where is it?
That's none of your business. You're dead.
You have visions all the time, but typically they're of family.
Yes.
Or ancestors, at least.
So I'm a little bit more cool about the situation.
Yeah, so this situation is not that abnormal. It's a little more abnormal because it's someone that you don't know that well.
No. What are you doing here, Glover?
Waiting.
Waiting for what?
Don't know where I'm going.
Oh, so you haven't been sorted yet?
Up, down, all
Left,
around.
right. I am sorry that I had to leave you.
Didn't have to.
What else could I have done? Carried you? Look at me. I'm not that strong. You're a pretty big dude.
He's sort of looking at the individual sitting in front of you, who was still there, holding that candle. And you can see that he is fixated on that candle. And he gets kind of out of the side of his mouth without taking his eyes off of that candle, says, "Yeah, you're stronger than you think." And he looks back to you, and his eyes are dead, as if covered in some sort of cataract or coating, as one who is dead, white. And he is gaunt, and he is covered in blood. And you sort of jump out of the pew for a moment. It kind of takes you back.
I look towards the person holding the flame and trying to see if they see anything that's going on here. Are they still just completely unaware of everything else?
If they are, they're not regarding you at all.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and walk out of try and leave the, like, it freaked me out. So, seeing him looking the way he does, I try to leave.
Yeah, you exit the back of the church.
So it is an actual church inside. It's an actual church inside of the hotel. So, like, I can tell that there's an actual, like, if this is a vision or if this is something it's not something I can enter and exit. So this is an actual physical part of this building. Or is it
Seems
not?
to be.
Seems to be. Okay.
You exit the door that you entered.
Okay.
And you get a chill. And you're in the parking lot. There are still 2 cars in the parking lot. Same 2 cars that you attempted to get into earlier.
Okay.
The same light flickering. The same vacancy sign sort of flickering. What's left of it. You're outside the hotel.
And there's nothing else going on in the parking lot. There's nobody else there. There's no...
Roll me to observe the situation, which is plus perception.
Okay.
So you got a 6 or something, right?
Wait. I'm sorry. A 0 is a 10, right?
A 0 is a 10.
I got a 16 then.
Okay. You got a 16.
Yes, I got a 16. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Actually, be a 14 because of the
minus.
Yeah.
But that is still sort of a success.
Yeah.
As a result of a 10 to 14 on observing the situation, you are allowed to ask one question about where you are or what you're doing. The questions are, what is my best way through this? What currently poses the biggest threat? What can I use to my advantage? What should I be on the lookout for? What is being hidden from me? What seems strange about this? So what question do you wish to ask?
Okay. There was one on there about not, what am I not seeing?
What is being hidden from me?
Yes, I want that.
What is being hidden from me? There, out of the corner of your eye, you see a man sitting by the front door watching you.
Okay.
You didn't see before.
I will approach the man and ask him if he's got a cigarette.
He's an older gentleman, bearded, ragged, looked kind of homeless actually. And he sort of, pats his chest and his pants and reaches in a coat pocket and pulls out a kind of dented and bent cigarette and hands it to you.
I asked, do you have a light?
And he hands you a lighter.
Okay. I light up the cigarette and I ask how long he's been around these parts.
He kind of about 5 years.
You've been at this hotel for 5 years?
He kind of just shrugs.
Do you work here or do you live here?
Says, I live around here.
I'm Jeremiah, by the way. I stick out my hand to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. His hand is cold and dry.
Even in this heat?
Yep. And he says, James.
Nice to meet you, James. You seen anything interesting going on out here tonight?
Well, noticed a strange car about half a mile that way. Didn't look into it, though. Looked like the passenger side door of the back seat was wide open.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Strange. Just parked out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, some old Dodge.
Strange. You know anywhere where I can get some real food around here?
Not much around here. You're going to have to go about 12 miles one way or the other.
Are there any buses that come through here or any sort of transportation?
No bus stops. At least not right around here. You have to go back in the city, probably find yourself a route.
How far is that?
About 12 miles one way or the other.
Can you point me in that direction?
And he just kind of does this. Points in both directions of the road.
You're a funny guy.
I like to think so. You're an observant guy.
I am. Nothing gets past me. Except for that weird car that you said was parked out in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even see that coming in. That must have showed up after I got here.
How'd you get here then?
Divine intervention. Do you believe in God?
That's a good question. I like to think there's something up there watching all of us. Maybe it's a god, maybe it's a demon. What do we know?
It's a good question. Well, it's been nice having a wonderful conversation with you. I walk back into the hotel, trying to collect my thoughts, thinking, oh crap, the back passenger side door being open means either somebody's gotten into or somebody's gotten out of that car.
It's a strange thought.
It is a strange thought. I'm going to go out to check out the car.
Thank you for listening. The Driver, created by Robin Lillienberg. Additional material by Alex Obernig. And 98.9% improv by Tyler and Lucas. You can find us at rancorsbrothel.com, Facebook at Fans of the Rancors Brothel, and on Twitter at Rancors_Brothel.